Hello YouTube, hello fans, this is Daniel, back again for another video. This time I'll be focusing on the placement Venus in the sign of Taurus. So what happens exactly when the planet Venus transits through her very fun and lovely home sign of Taurus? Well, it's very interesting. So with Venus in Taurus, you're looking at something that is very stable. You're looking at someone that is very dependable in terms of love, in terms of what they want in life, and in terms of their ability to be practical and reliable to the people around them. There is a side of them that likes to indulge in, you might call it the five senses. This is a very pleasure-orientated Venus. This is a Venus that, enjoys they enjoy fine dining, they enjoy good food, soft music, and this is especially true when it comes to intimate relationships as well. They're definitely looking for something that is very, 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 very cozy in terms of relationships. They do need dependability and predictability as well. If they're in a relationship and, they are about to go out on a date with you, if you're somebody who at the last minute has something come up, at the last minute, you know, you've got some other plan that came up, or they're getting a little bit lower on your priority list, that kind of thing's not going to fly with them. They get very, very irritated by people that don't put them in a top priority position. And this relates back to their desire and their want to be both predictable and dependable with their partner as well. They do need a lot of physical expression when it comes to relationships. They need to be able to know through physical touch that the person that they love loves them in kind. They're very much built into the concept of reciprocity, and their desire for communicating love physically is one of the strongest within the 12 zodiac signs. They very much resist change. They do not like things that are new. They don't like things that are unknown to them, because once again this relates back to their desire for dependability and predictability. When things change, obviously they're not very predictable, and so this is something that is a sore spot for them. So if you're someone who is constantly into things moving fast, things changing, you're probably going to offend them on some level. This is a very loyal placement. This is a placement that belongs to a family of signs within Venus, a few others that I will get to later, that are built around the concept of being a solid partner, of being someone who is consistently aware of their partner's wants, needs, desires, and attempts to fulfill them. This is what Venus in Taurus is all about. Venus in Taurus loves to be the center of attention, but not to a group, to the person that they're interested in, to that one intimate relationship. This is where their energy goes. This is where their karmic desires flow into and from. And this gets back once again to reciprocity. I'm giving you, X amount of, attention, love, emotions, affection, all of that. They expect that in return, at a very minimum, what they're giving you. And they definitely love more. They're all about intimacy. They're all about the ability to unite as one on many different levels. So you might expect along with this that they don't like a lot of drama in life. For a woman in, with Venus in Taurus, I would definitely advise you to stay away from dudes that you might perceive to be players, guys that you might perceive to be superficial. And this is tough. This is very tough, because oftentimes these are the kinds of guys who flaunt and who have the other aspects to this placement that they enjoy, only to find out that this is essentially a trap. A superficial, phony person, a guy, let's say, might put on a good show, might show a lot of affection up front, might dazzle you with, drinks and, and all kinds of gifts and whatever it may be. But in the background, he may have something else going on. And while on the one hand, he's satisfying your immediate needs, on the back end, he's setting you up for a broken heart. And so it's very advisable, especially for women with this placement, to carefully vet anyone who you're considering having a serious relationship with. This goes for men as well. In a man's position with Venus and Taurus, he'll want to spend. He'll want to give this girl everything, essentially. The girl may accept it, but on the back end, she may be unreliable. She may not be predictable. Things may come up in her life that cause her to be away. And this really tugs on the heart of the Venus and Taurus person. The Venus and Taurus person loves to spend as much time as possible with the one that they love. This is simply part and parcel with Venus being within a home sign. Because you see, Venus within Taurus is Venus on steroids. Venus is empowered by the sign's connection to the second house, that being the house of money, the house of pleasure, the house of our wants, the house of our delights. And with that, it also brings forth an energy that is built to bring stability within a long-term relationship. So they're definitely looking for something long-term. They're definitely looking for something that is open to being essentially forever. Because Venus and Taurus, you have to imagine someone who lives in a land of bliss. And why would she ever want to leave that? This is exactly what Venus and Taurus people look for. Venus and Taurus people never want this to end. They never want this great love, this great passion, whatever it may be. Not even essentially through a person, but through something that they do in their life. And this can definitely have adverse effects based on different aspects that relate back to this placement, should you have it. And that definitely gets more onto an individual level. But essentially, Venus in Taurus wants to keep the pleasure going. They want to keep the happiness rolling. And once they find that person, that thing, that place, that whatever it may be in their life that brings them that level of joy, they will try as much as possible to spend as much time with that person, to spend as much time doing whatever that may be that brings them that joy. This is not a Venus that likes work. This is not a Venus that likes to jump through hoops, that likes to duck and dodge different things to attain what they want to enjoy. For them, pleasure is meant to be simple. Pleasure is meant to be something that is available to them without much effort. It's a very leisurely placement. It's a placement that enjoys everything that is good in life. Now, granted, I've said this, but by the same token, Venus and Taurus is not a lazy placement. It's not one that, you might be thinking, this is a placement that is, not very fond of working at all. And on the surface, that is a little bit true. But digging a little bit deeper, let's say that you have a friend who is Venus and Taurus. They love to hang out. They love to have a good time. And they do love to have plenty of goodies around. Food, drink, activities, this is all part of who they are. So this is someone who will help you paint the house. This is someone who will help you move furniture. This is someone who will help you do laborious activities, provided that there is a sense that there are good things beyond that. There is a sense of reward that they can later indulge in. This is a cuddly person. This is somebody who likes to be very attentive to the needs of their partner, to the emotional needs, to the physical needs. This is someone who loves physical touch. And so if you're out in public with this type of person, this is going to be somebody who wants to hold hands. This is going to be somebody who wants to put their arm over your shoulder. This is going to be somebody who loves to kiss in public. Once again, this is a very affectionate placement. Venus is at home here. Venus expresses herself fully. She expresses herself in every way, shape, and form as who she really is, because she's ruler of the sign. And along with Libra, Libra is expressed in a different way in Venus, but in Taurus, her love comes through in the form of just simply divine pleasures. For the person who wants to truly win the heart of Venus and Taurus, you have to be patient. You have to let things unfold in a natural kind of way. This is because, they look for stability once again. They're thinking about the long term. So this is someone who, while they may, let you hug them, let you kiss them, let you get to a certain point, this is somebody who will cut you off as well if it's too early in the relationship. This is someone who will say, this is where I'm standing as of right now. This is your boundary, simply because they don't know you well enough. But once they come to a point, and this can be anywhere from, let's say, a month to 3 months to however long, hopefully not too long, of course, but after a given period of time, this is a placement that will open up 100% to you once they know that you have committed to them. Once again, commitment is very huge for Venus and Taurus. Commitment, I keep reiterating, stability, dependability, predictability. These are all things that they love. These are all things that they crave. And these are things that they cannot do without. And if you are a person with Venus and Taurus, please do not try to live without these things belonging in your relationship. It can be tempting. It can be tempting when we find somebody who is essentially someone who we want to bring into that long term. However, in the back of your mind, if you are someone with this placement, please know that you cannot deal with someone who is phony, superficial, always thinking about the short term, always has things coming up. Make sure they put you first. Make sure that they have your interest in mind. And so you might be asking me right now, well, what are different Venus placements that a Venus and Taurus should consider as a lover, as a potential mate, as a potential whatever, in terms of intimacy? Venus and Leo, perfect. Venus and Capricorn, another perfect one. Venus and Pisces to an extent as well, because Venus is, of course, exalted in the sign of Pisces. Look for signs that express love fully and have it develop to the point where it's something that they're looking for too, so that they have that reciprocity with you. This is a sign overall and a placement that is very, very positive. There's very little that I can say about this placement that would lead me to come to the conclusion that it's anything short of somebody who you should try to find and have in your life. If you're not someone with this placement, if you are someone with this placement, definitely get to know this side of you. Get to know who you are and nurture those qualities about you, because they are beautiful qualities. Well, everyone, this has been my analysis of the placement Venus in the sign of Taurus. I'm looking forward to speaking with many of you in the comment section down below. And once again, if you have any questions, comments, definitely go ahead and leave those in the comment section. And I'll be looking for you next time in another video. Have a great day. Bye.